The trailer for Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt's new movie Project Power dropped a couple days ago, and it looks incredible. Today on this video, I'm gonna give you a breakdown of the trailer, let you know who's in it, what to expect, and what all the characters are doing. So it's gonna be a complete breakdown. All right, now if you haven't seen the trailer for this movie, there's gonna be a link in the description. Be sure to click it and come back to this video to get my breakdown, but let's get right into this video. Poster starts off by asking you, would you risk your life for 5 minutes of pure power? Would you? I don't know if I actually would. Because in the trailer, you see that one hit of this pill might kill you and you never know what you're gonna get. To me, that's like taking those Birdie Bee jelly beans from Harry Potter. You take one, you might get a fruit flavor, or you might get the puke or the vomit or the doo-doo flavor. It's not something I'm gonna be willing to risk, especially if my life's involved. But for this movie and as a concept, I think that's off the chart, so there's a lot of pluses there. In this film, Gordon-Levitt will play a cop whose job it is to get this drug off the street. It's the power drug. They want to get it off the street. But he realizes while he fights it that the only way to really fight it face to face is to take the drug himself. So it's like if a cop was trying to get crackheads off the street, they had to also take crack. Great concept. Jamie said when he heard about the concept, all the pieces was there, so he jumped right onto it. One of the things that really got me interested in this movie is that we all know that power is one hell of a drug. It's addicting. People get addicted to power. They do crazy things for power. So using that as a concept in a pill form is very intriguing. They can go so many places with this. I see this in movies a lot where the concept of the movie is so good that the movie fails to live up to those expectations. That was one of the problems with the first Purge. I feel like the first Purge had the actual first Purge, not the movie The First Purge. I feel like the first Purge movie, the world was so much bigger than what they were able to tell. So that's why I love that they opened it up in future movies. And I'm hoping that this could be a thing. Maybe they nail it in the first go round, but there's definitely possibility for franchises in this, especially when you consider that this movie comes from Henry Joost and Ariel Schulman. These are the guys behind the Catfish documentary and the Paranormal Activity franchise. So they have some franchise history there. I'm a huge fan of Paranormal Activity. I love what they did with the storytelling for that franchise, and every so often there was a pop or a scare. Judging from the trailer, this image right here, which is actually Machine Gun Kelly, I guess his superpower is going to be he bursts into flames, and I cannot wait to see that one-on-one fight with him and Jamie Foxx. I think there's gonna be a lot of opportunity for some jump scares here, especially if you have a sound system on your big screen at home. That's gonna be an opportunity for you to feel the action. So that's already off the jump exciting me tremendously. Project Power is also backed by the production company who gave you Bright. This is Brian Unkel's Screen Arcade, also with Eric Newman. They gave you Bright. They have a first look deal with Netflix. So judging from them and putting that team behind it with the Paranormal Activity team, I think that could be another thumbs up for this movie. Love it or hate it, Bright was another interesting concept for a film where the world took you so many different places. I think if they reel that back a little bit and focus in on their storytelling for this one story, it'll be great, especially if they're gonna do franchises for this. I think judging on how everything comes out on this, I don't know if they're gonna do franchises, but just the expectation of this drug on the street where they're superheroes, there's so many stories you could tell with this high impact, high intensity sci-fi thriller coming from Netflix. This is Joseph's first film back in a while. Jamie said that he took some time off because the business was draining and he felt like this would be a great project to come back to. Now, when you take some time off and you get a project that has so many elements to it, it'll be super duper cool for you to come back to that. And you always want to come back with a heavy hand, like with a hit, a strong knockout punch. So if they gave him this script and he had this project and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna take some time off and come back to this, I think that gives you the foundation for something good. What do you guys think Joseph Gordon-Levitt has been doing in his downtime? I feel like a lot of times we need to just take a break, and I'm all for speculation. Leave me a comment down in the comment section and let's speculate on that. Jamie also said that the set was hectic. Camera lights fell, there was a tornado warning, someone got sick, and he said that when he's on hectic sets, movies tend to turn out really, really good. And I also know that Jamie, coming off of Robin Hood, which is right when he got this, and Just Mercy, I think there's a lot of potential for him to get a really, really good film. Plus, coming off of Just Mercy, going into this and then going into Mike Tyson, you want to set up your wins to be consecutive. So you want to set up this streak. So I think that's another plus for this film. Another bit of information that really got my gears going is when I found out that this film was written by Mattson Tomlin. He's also writing The Batman with Matt Reeves. So he got this film, then right after this comes The Batman in 2021. Again, you want to set up those wins. So we sort of will get to see maybe a glimpse into the mind of what the Batman is going to be like. I feel like writers have a similar style. So maybe some of the elements from this could go into the Batman. I'm speculating, but it's getting me excited for this to sort of give me a glimpse of what that dialogue and what that storytelling is going to be for the Batman, which is an extremely anticipated movie. Cannot wait to see what Pattinson does. I love Matt Reeves, and then seeing the writer on this, could be great potential, especially, you know, if you get a good script like this, they're gonna give you something better the next time around. So this is just has my antennas up, my spidey senses are going crazy. I'm really excited to see where they go with this film, Project Power, and I'm gonna give you my best reason, because if you watch my videos earlier when I gave you the top Black actresses to watch in 2020, Dominique Fishback is in this film. And Gordon-Levitt said that she is flames. The two get to work together a lot in this film, and they got together off screen to come up with a backstory of how their characters became friends. I think when stuff like that happens, it just makes the movie a lot better, and I'm hoping, and they're hoping, that it came off on camera. Knowing what I know about Dominic's work and Joseph's work, I think they're gonna be out of here. Gordon said she's his, I keep calling him Gordon like we play golf together. Joseph Gordon-Levitt said that Dominique Fishback is his favorite part of the film. He said, I think she's a star. I think she's a genuine star. I cannot wait for the world to see her. She does a lot of one-woman shows. He said there's action in this movie, but there's also an emotional tie. And I don't know about you, but I love it when my action films have a lot of story and a lot of elements to it. I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of the shows we love, like Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad, were so popular, because they had emotional elements. They had opportunities for the actors to actually act. It's one of the reasons why Endgame is phenomenal. It's one of the reasons why the Batman trilogy from Christopher Nolan was phenomenal, because there was elements of actual acting, actual emotion you could put into all the action. When you layer those things and throw in sci-fi in there, I just think they have a potential for this to be an incredible film, and I hope they do not drop the ball. But knowing what I know about Dominique Fishback, she is just phenomenal. She's able to bring any element of emotion into the film. She's also going to be in the Fred Hampton movie, which is coming out, or allegedly coming out this year. Her star is streaming red hot bright. Dominique was really amped up to work with Jamie, and when she went in for her chemistry read, she didn't know if she was going to stay in character, because they had to read the part where I guess she's going to be locked in a trunk, have to get a lot of emotion out there. She was reading that scene with Jamie for their chemistry read, but she didn't know whether to go in and being in character or go in and be her bubbly self. Just so happened that when she pulled up, Jamie was pulling up right next to her. So she was like, yo, Jamie. And he was like, yo, I love your energy. And I think that stuff like that, when that happens, it's fate to me. It's pure fate. When things work out, when the timing and your paths cross at that right time, you cannot deny that at all. So I'm excited to see where they bring it, because Jamie can act his ass off, Dominique can act her behind off, and Joseph is really such a great and talented actor who we haven't seen on screen in a while. So just coming back with all these threes mixing into it, and you also have Courtney B. Vance in it. The cast in this movie is just phenomenal. It's thumbs up all around for me. The trailer had me wanting so much more. I want to see this movie now, but I guess we all have to wait until August. But I broke it down for you. You sort of saw some of the stuff. You sort of see the actors, and you see this MGK. I'm just excited to see MGK. MGK hasn't really had too many big roles, but when he is in a movie, he kills it. He's in this possibly briefly. My man Casey Neistat's in this movie as well. We see him in the trailer. I'm excited. I'm amped up to see it. I'm waiting to see it. And yeah, there you have it, a breakdown of Project Power coming to Netflix in August. I told you what you need to expect from this film. I told you what to be on the lookout for. And I also gave you some 411 of what these characters are going through. And it's going to be a really telling tale of just sci-fi, action, thriller, and a lot of drama. The stakes are high in this one. Check it out in August. If you like this, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share it with a friend. Peace.